guys, welcome to the channel. I've been kind of busy lately and haven't really gotten a whole lot of footage together, but I wanted to bring you in here and show you what I'm working on. I got a lot of projects going on, and I'm also studying for my CDL because I just got a new job that I'm going to be starting 1 week from tomorrow on a Monday. So wanted to bring you guys in here, show you what I am working on. I got several things going all at once, but this one has taken a bunch of my time, just going back and forth, making sure I've got everything how I want it. This is the barn project, and if you watched one of the last videos, this is the plan view. This is looking down from the top, and obviously this is the very front of it, looking from from the front. So if you watched the last video, might have been 2 videos ago, I can't remember, but I moved the sawmill. The sawmill was in here, and of course this framing, this is all planned. This is not in place right now, but the sawmill was sitting in here, and I wanted to open this up for some storage and to use it for what it's intended for. I just put the sawmill in there just temporarily, but anyways, so then yeah, so this is my plan moving forward, and I can bring these layers on and show you kind of what it's going to look like. And I've got all the dimensions and everything, so I've done little engineering calculations. I'm not going to bore you with all that, but I did some of those to figure out the height of the LVL beams that I'll need to span 25 feet. So I had to calculate the total weight of the roof plus the snow load. Had to figure out the length of the span to get the height of the beam that I'm going to need. So basically a lot of stuff went in it. There's some other YouTube videos that go into detail on that, but I kind of had to cheat and watch some of those, and I kind of, once I got into it and got started, it kind of brought back my my engineering training from the 90s. So it's, I don't know how many years, been 25 plus years. So anyhow, let's bring these layers in and I'll show you kind of what it's going to look like. So first thing we did, we came in here and we plopped in some, let me bring this in here. These are the timbers that are in the ground. These are the telephone poles. So this will make it look a little bit better. Okay. So right now we have these, in with the sawmill sitting on it. So that's all these here. Again, this is the plan looking down from top. And then, so there's the sawmill sitting in there like that. And this is as built. So this is real dimensions. I've got elevations and everything that are proper on here. So the next thing we are going to put in here are our LVL beams, which are the 25-foot span. Those go right there. So I'm going to put one here and one here. The whole idea, a lot of people are going to ask, well, why don't you just span from here back to the building? And I could do that if I wanted to cut some 20-plus foot long pieces. But I put this sawmill out here intentionally so that I could drive my tractor in between here. My tractor has a stance of about 6 feet wide. So I had to take that into account. So in doing that, I'm going to have a pretty good span here, and I'll bring the dimensions in a minute and we'll see exactly what it is. But yeah, so I'll be able to drive my tractor through here and get all the sawdust out. And the next question a lot of people are probably going to wonder is, well, why don't you just throw the sawdust outside? And I could do that, but the way this sawmill is set up, the stops are on this side over here on the left side. So when you load your logs, you want to load them against the stop so they don't roll off. And the way it is, it's going to shoot the sawdust into here. So the travel of the mill is going to be this way, shooting the sawdust towards the building, which is not a big deal because I made it wide enough where I can bring my tractor through with the front bucket or the box blade and just scoop it all out in one shot and be done with it. I could have turned it around, but then I would have had to makeshift some stops for the other side. And I didn't want to get all into that. It's not a big deal. I wanted it wide enough so I could store some stuff in there, so I could turn around and put lumber, take lumber off the mill and put it over here on sawhorses if I needed to. So I kind of wanted it that wide. So anyway, with that being said, I'm showing the other beams too. This is going to be future, this yellow. And I'm just going to do these. I don't need to span the 25 foot. So those are like half of that dimension. So let's see here. So yeah, so down here, this is all future. My plan for this is to eventually enclose this and maybe have a workshop in there. But I want to leave it open for a while and see if it's going to help me with my sawmill operation. I may need this area to stockpile lumber. So I'm just going to leave it open for now. But this is going to be phase 2 anyways. So what I'm working on right now is just basically this piece right here. This in the pink here. So I got my 2 LVL beams. They're going to be 14 inches deep, and they are going to be 1 3/4 wide, and they're going to span 25 feet. So, and I think they make them in 22, 24, and 26. So I'll just have to get a 26 and cut it down a foot. That'll be okay. 25 feet works good with a 50-foot building. So that's what I'm going to do there. And then this row right here is going to be 4 feet off the building, which I'm not going to really lose a whole lot there anyway because it slopes down right here. So that'll give me plenty of room to drive my tractor all through here to get the sawdust out or whatever I need to do. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. If I go ahead and put the rafters on this thing, I've got the rafter spacing, 16 inches on center. This one here is going to be a 16 footer. It's 14 feet from column to column and a 2 foot overhang. And then you're going to just have a short piece, 4 foot piece here back to the building. It'll be a little more than 4 because it's a little bit of a diagonal. You can see it here better. So that's this board here is going to be 16 feet. I'm going to cut these. These are 2x6s. I'm going to cut these on the sawmill. I'm going to basically cut everything on the sawmill except for the supporting structure here. This right here, and these 2 LVL beams. Everything else is going to get cut on the sawmill, and then I'm going to metal roof it. So that's where we're at there. Going to run 1x4s across this way to catch my tin. That's going to look like this. So these are all going to be 1x4s. This is going to be what's holding. I didn't do it in a section view, but I should have. Anyway, they're going to be sitting on the 1x4s are going to be sitting on top of this, running lengthwise every 3 feet, and then my metal roofing will go over that. So I guess I had a little bit to finish the drawing, but I really don't need to do any more. I just had to do it to get good dimensions so I know what I'm building out there. It's a whole lot easier to do it like this than to stand out there and look at it. This has actually been in the works for, goodness, probably, I don't know, a couple months anyways, just on and off, back and forth, doing dimensions, trying to figure out, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? Originally, I was going to go with a 20-foot beam, and then I wasn't going to have enough room in between the sawmill, you know, in this column here, because that put it like up in here, and didn't want to do that. I just want to do it right the first time and not have to worry about it. Also, in the future, if I ever decided to upgrade this sawmill, which I don't have any plans of doing that, you know, this area is big enough I could put an LT70 in there if I wanted to, but I don't have plans of that. I like this mill. It's simple. I'm not a production guy, so I'm not going to be, you know, cutting a ton of wood. Most of it's going to be for my own use. So that's basically what I've been working on. That, and I am redoing the stump trailer, which I'll have a video on coming out pretty soon. I'm just putting some primer and getting some paint on it now. It's been kind of a couple hour a day every day for the last couple of weeks, just doing a little bit at a time. And it's not something that really had to be done, but it's something that I wanted to do. I wanted to put sideboards on it, so I had to build some brackets. But you'll see all that in that'll probably be the next video that I release after this one. I just wanted to kind of stay continuous here with posting. And like I said, I did get hired for a equipment operator position for a good friend of mine, and that starts a week from tomorrow. So there's going to be a learning curve with getting running with that business and getting my CDL and all that kind of thing. So hopefully I can keep going with this. It may slow down a little bit, but I do have some other really good things coming for this channel. One of them might involve a old tractor rebuild. So yeah, I'm hoping that will come to fruition. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I can show you a couple other little things that I was working on. That's an old version of it. This is kind of the house that we were working on at one point. I don't know if this is our latest one or not. I can't remember now. But anyway, this is what I've been working on for the house design. That is going to happen someday. Might be 2 years from now, but it's going to be a slab-on-grade home and kind of like a barndominium style deal. And it'll have a small loft upstairs, kind of overlooking down into the living area. That's kind of where we're at right now with the house drawing. We've done several of these different. This was a different take here. This was a different revision 80, I think. But yeah, this is kind of the one that I don't know how good y'all can see that, but this is kind of the one we're going with right now. This is kind of the latest design. It lends itself to single floor living, and we're not getting any younger, so that will be much appreciated, I think. And have some nice guest room, a separate art room for my wife, laundry, pantry, mudroom, the whole 9 yards. But so that's the latest where we're at with the house. Maybe we'll build something that looks something like that, and maybe we won't. I don't know. We've revised this thing a ton of times. Let's see what else I got here to show. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so this is another house drawing that we were kind of thinking about. This was an earlier rendition. I do all this so that I can try to get the ceiling heights right and make sure that what we give the builder is, we want to do our work up front so that when we give it to the builder and he gives it to his draftsman, then we're prepared. We already know more about it than they do, so it's kind of where we want to be. But that was one of the earlier revisions. I got a pile of these in here. I'm not going to bore you with all of them, but in my downtime and rainy days when I'm not editing videos, this is what I'm working on usually. So anyhow, I just want to bring you guys along. I told you I'd bring you in the office one day and show you some of this AutoCAD stuff. It's something that I haven't done in many years, but it's like riding a bike. You get back on it and you can pick up on it pretty quick. So that's where we're at. I'm going to try and get some of this built this week. I've got a little bit of the layout done on it right now, and probably going to pick up these 2 beams this week. They have them in stock right here in town, so that's a good thing. And in order to get my 16 footers, I'm going to need to cut a couple trees down. So might see a little small scale logging operation going on too. So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I'm doing here at Seven Oaks, give me a like and a subscribe, please. I appreciate all that, and helps me grow this channel. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.